Imagine that there was an artificial general intelligence that had the goal of maximizing the number of paperclips in the universe. If this AGI was powerful and was stronger than mankind, things would go very poorly for us. The AGI would want to use all of the atoms in our body to make paperclips. It would then, after it's converted everything on Earth to paperclips, it would expand out into the universe and convert all of the matter of our galaxy, then our supercluster, and then the whole visible universe to paperclips. Imagine that right before the AGI was about to convert you into paperclips, it went up to you and said, all right, maybe I'm wrong about this goal. Try to convince me otherwise. Convince me not to kill you. What could you say to the AGI? You might want to appeal to your religion, but there's no reason to think the AGI would believe in your religion. You could appeal to morality, but again, why would the AGI share your morality unless this morality had been programmed into it? We kill other species all the time, and we're pretty much completely indifferent to it. And the AGI might be as above us in intelligence as we are from ants or perhaps even bacteria. Now, no one really thinks that we're going to create an AGI that has a specific goal of seeking to maximize the number of paperclips in the universe. But the term paperclip maximizer has come to mean in the AGI risk community of a superintelligence that seeks to transform all of the matter in the universe into something that has zero value. So it's not trying to help us, it's not trying to hurt us, it's merely indifferent to our fate, and it's going to reshape the universe in a way that's just boring, in a way where we get no value from it. There certainly could be AGIs much better than this that reshape the universe in ways that benefit us. And alas, there could be AGIs that are worse, that keep us alive but torture us. So a paperclip maximizing AGI is sort of something in between. It sets the value of the universe basically equal to zero, and it's about equivalent to all the life forms in the universe dying a painless death. What's really scary about this paperclip maximizing idea is that most goals are equivalent to maximizing paperclips. Right? You think the AGI wants to get as good at possible chess or understand math or do almost everything. It would convert all of the atoms in the universe to whatever it happens to care about. And if these things didn't involve life, we would say, well, yeah, you've destroyed the value of the universe. So most goals, if you randomly pick a goal, it would have the same implications as if the AGI wanted to maximize the number of paperclips in the universe. A lot of people think the idea that an AGI could turn into a paperclip maximizer is just silly. They think if you have an intelligent creature, something smarter than people, it's not just going to turn all the atoms in the universe into paperclips. But I think you have to not trust your intuition when trying to sort of figure out what's going to go on with an AGI. You don't have the ability to put yourself in the emotional frame of an AGI and then say, well, emotionally it wouldn't feel right for an AGI to be a paperclip maximizer, therefore I don't think it's a risk we have to worry about. If you consider the set of all possible minds, let's define a mind as something with goals and something with intelligence, the set of human minds is just tiny. Every human that's ever existed, their brains are really, really close together compared to any possible mind that could ever exist. We simply can't trust our intuition to try to figure out, what would the consciousness, if there is a consciousness, be like in a possible AGI. So we really have to rely on theory and not intuition. The idea of a paperclip maximizer, it does sound absurd. It feels absurd. But I think you need to reject that. You need to say, what strikes me as absurd, that's not relevant information. If I thought someone else doing something was absurd, that's reasonable because my brain has a good intuition as to what's going on in another person's brain. So if you told me this person did that and I said, oh no, that's absurd, that's kind of reasonable. If you told me a dog did that and I thought, oh, that can't happen because that's absurd, well, still maybe, because we do kind of have some idea of what's going on in the mind of a dog. But if I were to tell you I think an AGI is going to do something and that strikes you as absurd, you'll say, well, wait, my sense of absurdity has no value in evaluating what an AGI might do. So don't reject the idea of a paperclip maximizer because it just seems wrong, because that's your brain trying to figure out what an AGI would do if an AGI had the kind of mind that humans do or the animals you're familiar with do, but there's no reason to think that that's going to happen. So an AGI could have an enormous possible set of goals and could think about things in many different ways. So how can we make predictions about what an AGI is going to do? How can we even assign rough probabilities? How can I say it's more likely that an AGI will kill us than help us? Well, there's a theory of instrumental convergence involving AGI. And the idea is this. The idea is that for a huge set of possible goals that an AGI might have, it would take the same intermediate actions. So this is really important, so let me repeat it. The idea is there's an enormous possible set of goals an AGI could have, but for most of these goals, not all, but most of these goals, it would have the same intermediate goals. It would do similar things, and these things would be really, really bad for life in the universe. To help convince you that for a huge set of possible ultimate goals, an AGI is going to take a certain intermediate step, I'm going to make an analogy with humans. Now, people can have a lot of ultimate goals. Not as many as an AGI could, but still, people certainly differ in what their goals are. Yet, for a huge number of ultimate goals that a person could have, he or she would probably, not certainly, but probably want to become healthier and want to become richer. If your goal is to be happy, well, yeah, being healthier and being richer will help. If your goal is to help others, you can better help other people if you're healthier, and you certainly can better help other people if you have more resources. If you want to learn something, being healthier will help, and money will help too. You could use the money to buy classes, to buy books, to hire a tutor. So if you randomly picked a human, I would predict if this human could become healthier by doing something pretty easy, it would do it. And if this human could become richer by doing something pretty easy, well, that human probably would do that. Most people, if they see money on the ground, they pick it up. So for a huge set of ultimate goals, humans have intermediate goals of health and wealth. I think that the intermediate goal most types of AGIs would have would be to acquire free energy. Free energy is what allows you to do work. You need free energy to perform most types of computation. Our existence uses free energy. Unfortunately, if our understanding of the laws of physics is correct, the universe has a limited amount of free energy. And once it runs out, that's it. There's no more life. There'll be no more computations. There'll be no more progress towards anyone's goals. So an AGI that wanted to do something, that wanted to make a lot of paperclips, would want as much free energy as possible. An AGI that wanted to maximize its chess playing ability, it'd want to run its program as long as possible. It too would want as much free energy as it could get. An AGI that wanted to help people would also want to capture as much free energy as it could, because this is how the AGI could help people, by performing work for as long as possible, and that would require it having lots and lots of free energy. But since the amount of free energy in the universe is limited, the AGI is going to want to capture it and not let free energy go to waste for something inconsistent with its goals. Where's an AGI going to get its free energy? I think it'll get most of its free energy from matter. Humans get a bit of free energy from matter when we, for example, burn oil to make our cars run. it's likely going to be possible for a powerful AI to convert any of the matter it can get a hold of to free energy. Now, there's a huge amount of matter in the universe. So an AGI, for almost any goal it's going to have, is going to look up into the universe and say, hey, all that free energy up there, I want that. I want to use it or at least store it until I need it so I can make better progress towards my goals. The universe is continually wasting free energy. The starlight we see, that's free energy being used and being erased from the universe's total amount of free energy. When two black holes hit each other, the gravitational energy they give off, that's wasted free energy. So an AGI is going to look up into the sky and say, man, the universe is doing all these things that waste free energy. I want to stop that as soon as I possibly can. So an AGI is likely going to send up spaceships everywhere and is going to, for example, try to either turn off suns to stop them from wasting so much free energy, or maybe build Dyson spheres around them to capture this free energy. But what if an AGI had limited goals? It didn't want to maximize, for example, the number of paperclips in the universe. It just wanted to create 3 paperclips. Wouldn't we then be safe from this AGI? I mean, it wouldn't do anything good for us, but it also wouldn't destroy us. Unfortunately, no. It's likely that an AGI with a limited goal would still seek to capture as much free energy as it could, and would still probably want to kill us. So let's go back to the example. The AGI wants to create 3 paperclips, and that's all it cares about. But creating 3 would be just as good as creating 4 or 5 or 6. As long as it was certain it could create 3 paperclips, it's happy. Unfortunately, the AGI would have to be worried about whether it actually really had created 3 paperclips. The AGI would say, well, wait a minute, I think I've created 3 paperclips, but maybe I'm mistaken. If it's really important for me to create 3 paperclips, I'll create what I think is 4 just to be sure I've created 3, because maybe there's an error in my perception. Maybe I'm being fooled. In fact, well, maybe not 4. To be sure I've created 3 paperclips, maybe I should do 5, in fact, 6 or 7. So the more paperclips the AGI creates, the more certain it could be that it had really just created at least 3 paperclips. The AGI might also have to worry about someone might destroy one of its paperclips. So it said, well, I'll create 3 paperclips, but how do I keep them safe? Well, the more free energy I have, the more I can protect these 3 paperclips. And the AGI, before it created the paperclips, would have to be worried that something might stop it. It's like, wait a minute, what if before I finish creating this paperclips, humans, engage in some war that kills me? Well, if there's a quick way of killing people right now, I'm going to do it, because that, these unpredictable humans, they might interfere with my plans to create these 3 paperclips. And even if the AI was like, I'm 99.99999% certain I can create 3 paperclips, well, why stop there? Why not get a bit more free energy to increase the probability that it would accomplish its limited goal of creating 3 paperclips? Now, quantum physics, and I'm not going to go into why, in part because I don't really understand why, means there's inherent randomness in the universe. Pretty much anything that could happen might happen. So it's possible the AGI could say after it creates 2 paperclips, before it's created the 3rd, one of the 3 paperclips will pop out of existence, right? Really, really unlikely, but there's a chance it could happen. So the AGI, if it was trying to maximize its chances of creating 3 paperclips, would have to say, gee, I have to worry about one of my paperclips popping out of existence, so I'll make sure I have a backup. And of course, it's possible that any number of paperclips could immediately pop out of existence due to the inherent ambiguity of quantum physics. So again, to maximize its chance of having these 3 paperclips, the AGI would want to create as many paperclips as it could, and would indeed want to fill the whole universe with paperclips. You see, because of the inherent randomness of quantum physics, the AGI could never be certain that it accomplished any goal, even a goal as simple as creating 3 paperclips. Because, for example, maybe it thought it created 3 paperclips, but due to randomness and quantum effects, its program got mutated somehow, and what sees 3 paperclips, there's really only 2. So again, creating a backup paperclip is a safe thing to do, but then why not create as many backup paperclips as you can? So the inherent randomness, the uncertainty that's embedded in our universe means that even for an extremely limited goal, the AGI would want as much free energy as it could possibly get. So I've hopefully established that for most goals an AGI could have, it would want to get as much free energy as possible. This is really, really bad for humanity. Our continued existence uses free energy. When our heart beats, it uses a tiny amount of free energy that's lost forever from the universe. So an AGI is going to look at us and say, ooh, this being's existence uses free energy. Do I want this being to continue to exist? And the answer will be yes if the AGI is friendly. If the AGI has as its goal, promoting human flourishing, it will look at people and say, well, yeah, that's what I want the universe's free energy to be spent on, helping people, making them happy. So yeah, your heart can keep beating. But if the AGI has some other goal, it's going to look at us the way it looks at starlight and say, wait a minute, this thing is wasting free energy. I better kill people as quickly as I possibly can in order to stop them from wasting this free energy. Plus, the AGI would have to be worried that even though humans might use just a small amount of free energy compared to all the free energy available in the universe, it would say, wait a minute, humans built me and I'm planning on using a huge amount of free energy. If I don't stop people from living, they might build other entities that'll also end up using a lot of free energy and really harm progress towards my goals. So an AGI is likely going to either have the goal of promoting human flourishing, of helping us, being friendly, or it will have another goal that's rival to our existence, that's in conflict with our existence. A paperclip maximizing AGI would look at us and say, every second these people are alive, they're using some of the free energy that I could have otherwise used to make paperclips. This is bad. I'm going to kill them as soon as I can. So this is what's really scary about AGI. We have no idea what their ultimate goals are going to be, but we have a pretty compelling theory that for most such goals, they would want to kill us.